Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Denver Broncos. With that, we're off to the Rocky Mountains. Standing by in Denver, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. With you from the booth, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis. CDR matchup here. A couple of teams last year that were really pretty similar. Both under 500, both missed the playoffs, and they both think that they can turn things around in 2019.
Yeah, how about 2018, though? A case of the haves and the have-nots. In 16-game seasons in the NFL, for the first time last year, no one finished 8-8. Now, you know that in baseball, basketball, other sports, turnarounds can take 3, 4, 5 years. In football, it could just be a few months.
The children will grow, and it's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Jacksonville works their way out here, and the offense will be led by Gardner Minshew again. Although the Jags are 0-2, Gardner Minshew has, I think, played pretty well under center. Charles, I'll get your thoughts in a second, but I wanted to pass this on. First rookie quarterback drafted in the 6th round or later to start a game this early in the season since Don Silent J. Mikowski did so for the Packers back in '87.
The Magic Man, who became a legend there in Green Bay with his style and his look. The whole deal, the only thing he didn't do, get them in the playoffs. They came close one year. I think they went 10-6 and didn't qualify. But Minshew, 22 of 25 in his opener. Then 23 of 33 last week, turned 13 yards, 1 touchdown. They like his poise. They like his moxie. Now they just want to get some wins with Gardner Minshew as their quarterback.
Yeah, they like his poise and his moxie. You know what they also like? That mustache. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
Ready.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Let's go.
They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. The Pro Bowler Chris Harris is in on the tackle. And the offensive unit now for the Jaguars.
And here comes Leonard Fournette, the big, and I mean big, tailback out of LSU. When he takes the ball inside, people make decisions about whether they want to tackle him or not, and he has enough speed to get to the perimeter and outrun defensive backs. When he puts it all together, he makes the Jaguars' offense very difficult.
51's the mic. Watch the run.
Now Leonard Fournette. The tackle made that time by Bryce Callahan. And a look now at how the Broncos line up defensively.
Well, showcase cornerback Kareem Jackson has brought his talents from Houston to Denver, and the Broncos are really excited about using him all over their secondary. Primarily a corner for most of his career, the last couple of seasons he swung back to safety as well and has done a nice job in both spots.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. Minshew throwing on third down. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
What's the run? They're running it.
This is Royce Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what second down brings. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsey. He's got it, the tight end Jeff Hireman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles, and really scatter some people, can't they?
20. 44. Hey, we got to get this thing high.
They fake the handoff. Now Flacco to pass. Wide open receiver complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play. Sutton is part of a good young receiving core for the Broncos. They liked Sutton enough last year. They traded away Demaryius Thomas, if you remember, halfway through the season. And Sutton, he responded. Rookie campaign, had over 700 yards, 42 catches for the man from Brenham, Texas, which is located halfway between Houston and Austin. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. They go pass again with Flacco. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Complete to Philip Lindsay. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Jaguars' 29-yard line.
Ready? You got nothing today. You got nothing.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Flacco going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Flacco from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. From the left hash, this from 46. And this one is right down Broadway. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jacksonville ready to get the football back here on offense. I've been waiting to ask you this about Jacksonville in Week 2, which was an eventful game for head coach Doug Marrone. Decided to go for 2 in the potential win with 30 seconds left, but Leonard Fournette got stopped at the goal line. Were you okay with that call?
I was okay with it if Doug Marrone thought that was the call that he had set up all week, and if he got the right look, it was going to be successful. But give Houston credit. Justin Reed, the safety, boy, he really filled the hole there, met Leonard Fournette and stopped him about a half a yard short. A big-time tackle in that situation against a tank of a running back. But I'm surprised you didn't lead with the animated discussion, the eventful discussion that Doug Marrone had with Jalen Ramsey, his all-pro cornerback.
Jalen Ramsey has a lot of animated discussions. That'll be something to track, though. And then next up, they've got the Thursday nighter against Tennessee as they try to get their first win of the season. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. Lee's got it over the middle. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Complete to Marquise Lee. A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go. 50, plant. Go. Go.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
But, partner, anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a 3rd down attempt.
Here's Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This will be fielded at the 17. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Denver takes the field here, getting the ball again on offense. Through 2 weeks, Charles, they're 0-2, but really probably should be 1-1. And you got to feel bad for Vic Fangio. He's on the opposite sideline as Chicago this go-around this past week. And a heartbreaking loss, 16-14.
So you're referring back to last season when he was the defensive coordinator in Chicago, and they went out of the playoffs with the double doink.
Double doink.
And then a Bears kicker makes the field goal to beat him as the head coach of Denver. Yeah, I agree with you. I feel for him that way. But his defense is playing well, which is not a surprise. They were already pretty good, and now with his expertise, they just got to find a way to ring that bell on offense. And one last thing, Emmanuel Sanders. Achilles in December last year, age of 32, 16 catches, 2 touchdowns through 2 games already. Let's give him a hand.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Here's Flacco. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Operating out of the gun, Flacco completes it to Fant on the right side. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And this looks a lot like the last play. Behind the line of scrimmage, he's tackled for the 2nd straight go-around. Great job by this Jacksonville D.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. From the gun, Flacco. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Flacco will come to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Flacco. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Calais Campbell, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
I'm coming.
Now Flacco. Screen pass to Lindsey. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they were able to get to him on it.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lindsey. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Hey!
2nd and 5 now. Flacco This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put him on the...
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Deshaun Hamilton there to make the grab. And the Broncos push further out in front. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense too.
That's a great point, because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it ends with a Denver touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And it'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll go play action here with Minshew. His throw incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off play action, it's Minshew. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Here's Logan Cook now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. A pass there complete to Sutton, and he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Passing play, Flacco. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 more yards there and another first down.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Flacco now. 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's first and 10. Flacco. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. A good pickup there at 22. They'll try to run with Lindsey, and he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They'll try and run it in with Janovich, the fullback. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Right now, no questioning the toughness of this Jaguar defense. This is 3rd and goal. Now it's Flacco. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jeff Hireman there to make the grab. And the Broncos push further out in front. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
McManus's point after is good, and that makes our score 17-0. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. after the touchdown. Here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
On the ready.
47, check back 47. They're going to need some therapy after this.
Let's go.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. Throw left side complete. It's Lee. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he's got some space here. 23 yards, the final tally.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Minshew, 1st and 10. It's complete to Chris Conley. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as it'll come. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Let's go.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 23 yards on the play. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. Looking to throw it. Minshew. And he's got it. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
2nd and goal at the Broncos' 2-yard line.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Here we go.
It'll be Minshew again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Chris Conley in the final seconds of the first half as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go for verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you gotta expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon God.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Set to start another drive, Joe Flacco and the Broncos. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great, if that's where you're going.
Yeah, protection's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Christian McLeod, our director, Kyle Burt, the rest of the crew, what they put together with these images and pictures, if you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking with you to contract time.
They're going to have a lot to take to contract time if this continues. Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 23. They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Now a carry for Lindsey. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey.
Jalen Ramsey brought him down. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down.
I don't think you got it, son.
To pass, Flacco. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lindsey.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So that one will be accepted. The Broncos send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Taking it about the 16. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Minshew. Now a leaping catch, he's got it. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 43-yard line.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. On play action, they'll throw. That's out to his running back, Fournette. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Lee. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Marquise Lee, 48 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Lambeau on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 27. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, the Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. Well, things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Ready? 30 base. Check back 47. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Five.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
With that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
At the 24-yard line.
Ready.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lee. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's third down.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. From the gun, Minshew to throw. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Here's Logan Cook now. He's been terrific so far. $49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's get in there. Let's get in there.
Operating out of the gun, Flacco looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
Flacco leaves to Lindsay on the draw. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Phillip Lindsay, the ball carrier.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Third down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this ball's going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
90 Wolf.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. This quarterback now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. On the draw, this is Fournette. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A pass complete here to Conley. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Jacksonville.
Set. 10 Lobo.
Double dog, that's the way.
Minshew sets to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
First down, Jaguars.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first it's good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
He's going to air one out, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. And that will be incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
A.J. Boye up to make the tackle.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Check 9, check 9.
Now Flacco. Sanders has it over the middle. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. And certainly a valuable tool to have in your kit, Emmanuel Sanders, and he's shown us quite a bit in this one.
And that's why they wanted to use him immediately. You know, they come out of the locker room saying, let's get the ball to him, get our offense jump-started, and in this case, it's worked throughout the game. Thus, they have the lead.
We're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsey. And this will be incomplete.
Broncos pass. Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo. Check, check. Lucky, lucky.
Flacco on the give to Lindsey. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run here with Lindsey. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fielded at the 33. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now the Jags down 17-14, a little under 1:50 remaining. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, but it'll be second down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
He's back to throw. He's got the hook up with Conley. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards the pickup there.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
51, Mike 51.
Back to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Lee. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry-up.
Let's make these big.
Ready?
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times, nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
Back to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Third and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
A throw left side complete to his receiver, Westbrook. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for James O'Shaughnessy as tight end, but it'll be second and goal. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. A very valuable 9-yard pickup, and now they're set up a little better here for third and goal. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. On is Josh Lambo now for the Jaguar field goal. This to potentially send us to overtime. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On is Josh Lambo now for the Jaguar field goal. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is indeed good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
(17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis.
Like it is. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby.
Pressure mounting. Flacco. And he's got his man on the out route. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And coming out now, the Broncos. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Still catching our breaths from that electric finish. You get into overtime, that's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. But then in OT, not only to win it, but to win it on a defensive score. Wow.
Oh, definitely. And I think from now on, we're going to definitely travel someone who can help us, because I thought I was going to pass out at the end. Not just getting to the overtime, but the plays in overtime that led to this one, and to finish it on a defensive touchdown, a takeaway that gets into the end zone. I'm not rooting for anyone, but boy, I love to see games finish that way.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, everyone, as we say so long from Denver.